Welcome to Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine. I'm your host, longtime astrologer, psychic, and healer, Jill Jardine. In today's episode, I'm going to discuss the astrology of June 2020. It's a very busy month for the planets. You won't want to miss this, so stay tuned. Big announcement, folks. Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine is now a radio show as well as a podcast. The radio show is broadcast live on Monday nights at 8 p.m. on WATD 95.9 FM, broadcasting to Boston's South Shore, and streaming live on 959watd.com. So tune in on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Welcome to the episode on the astrology of June 2020. If you haven't listened to my previous podcast on the eclipses of June 2020, go back and listen to that episode that you'll understand more of what's in store for June 2020. So in today's episode, I'm going to talk about 6 planets in retrograde, including Mercury going retrograde in June, as well as Neptune joining 4 other planets. Going to talk about the summer solstice, and you'll want to stay for the very end of the broadcast when I give the sun sign forecast for each zodiac sign. So there's a lot of content to cover. I covered the June eclipses in more depth in the previous episode. So I'm going to talk about some of the other astrology of June 2020. And the first transit that I want to discuss is Venus retrograde that will stay retrograde from May 13th through June 24th. And Venus also does something a little crazy astrologically. It combusts the sun. This means that it is very close to the sun. It's not visible because the sun is blocking it until June 8th. So Venus combusts the sun means that the sun and Venus astrologically are tightly conjunct or together. Venus is also traveling retrograde in the sign Gemini until June 24th. It will be getting a challenging aspect from Mars on June 2nd and is part of the full moon lunar eclipse of June 5th, conjuncting the sun, opposing the moon, and squaring Mars. So what does that mean for us? Poor Venus isn't getting a break. These are considered planetary afflictions to Venus, which will create frustration with love and relationships. There can be manipulative behaviors with relationship with Venus and Gemini going retrograde. There may be a lack of communication or misunderstandings. As I mentioned in my May 2020 Astro Forecast podcast, Venus retrograde will allow us to reassess and reevaluate our relationships. Venus wants us to seek out those niceties and pleasures, such as beautification, getting your hair done. Now the hairdressers are reopening, so we're in luck for that beautification process. And Venus will also have us seeking out massages and spas. Luckily, those are opening at the end of June as well. Venus will also urge us to beautify ourselves, our homes, and our surroundings. Time in nature is soothing to heal the Venus retrograde and combustion. On June 3rd, Venus will be in what's called the heart of the sun. In medieval astrology, this was a concept called Cazimi, which means that there are some benefits to Venus being in the heart of the sun. It actually can energize Venus through the sun's rays. It will bring benefits such as socialization, recreation, fun, luxury, and pleasure. So the Cazimi Venus on June 3rd is a good time to maybe seek out pleasure, get your hair done, relax, luxuriate. So Venus has been going retrograde since mid-May until the end of June, and Venus joined 4 other planets that have been traveling retrograde. Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter have all been going retrograde in the sign Capricorn, breaking down structures, creating new structures, and creating a collective pandemic and other challenges such as economic issues. Venus joined them, as I said, and in June, we're going to have Mercury go retrograde from June 18th to July 14th. Another outer planet, Neptune, which is sometimes considered a spiritual planet, but it can also be addictive, is going to go retrograde on June 22nd in the sign Pisces. So that means there'll be a total of 6 planets retrograde in the month of June. That is a good time to reevaluate, recalibrate, and really continue to do your inner work. So I want to talk about the Mercury retrograde cycle that's going to happen in June 2020. Mercury retrogrades in the sign Cancer on June 18th and will continue until July 14th. That also happens to be during the cycle when we have the June 21st solar eclipse and the July 5th lunar eclipse. Add into the mix 6 retrograde planets. It's going to be a doozy. Let's talk about Mercury retrograde in the sign Cancer. It's going to spur the urge for comfort and security, both emotionally and financially. As many saw certain structures in their lives slip away due to the pandemic, it is important to clear ourselves emotionally to come to a place of equanimity and neutrality in our emotions so that we can handle whatever situation we find ourselves in from a place of clear-mindedness. Mercury retrograde will allow us to do that. According to Astrology 101, it is advised to allow more time and be flexible during Mercury retrograde cycles, especially if you are traveling, whether by air or in a car. There will be many changes in schedules, delays, cancellations, especially now with the pandemic. We're seeing that air flight schedules are changing from day to day. And I've noticed that they are putting in more layovers too, as opposed to direct flights, which is kind of a hassle and will make your trips longer if you choose to go on an airplane. The other standard astrological advice for Mercury retrograde is to refrain from buying big purchase items, especially communication devices such as computers. Remember, the cycle goes from June 18th through July 14th. Obstacles may also occur when buying houses or cars or signing leases and contracts. Saturn is also retrograde during this time, and that may add another level of frustration, delay, and obstacles to the Mercury retrograde. And as I said, then we're going to have Neptune retrograde on June 22nd in the sign of Pisces. This is another water sign. We've got Mercury retrograding in Cancer. This may stir up feelings and emotions even more. Seeking out more spiritual meaning in life could be a benefit with the Neptune retrograde, but we also have to look at any addictive tendencies. A lot of people were overindulging in food, alcohol, and other unhealthy pastimes during the coronavirus seclusion. So the healing of those addictions may be available during Neptune retrograde, which goes on for several months. It's a good time to plunge into the ocean this summer and also plunge into the depths of our subconscious. So in my previous podcast on the eclipses of June 2020, I went in depth about the lunar eclipse on June 5th with the sun in Gemini and the moon in Sagittarius, as well as the solar eclipse on June 21st, which is traditionally the time of the summer solstice, and it's a solar eclipse. So that leads me to discussing the summer solstice, which arrives this year on June 20th at 5:48 p.m. Eastern Time, marking the official beginning of summer. The ancients would honor the solstices as solar festivals, usually with fires, frolicking, and food. This year, on the summer solstice, the sun and moon both transit into Cancer, and they are opposed by two planets in Capricorn, Pluto and Jupiter, traveling through the opposite sign. Saturn will be coming into Capricorn in July as well. So Cancer, the sign Cancer, is a water sign ruled by the moon and relates to feelings, intuitions, sensitivities, and the emotional body. Capricorn, the opposite sign, is an earth sign that is ruled by Saturn and relates to the physical body and form. We have to integrate and balance both of these aspects at the solstice. Emotions may rise to the surface, and physical pains and afflictions can come up as well. Celebrate your solstice by doing something good for your body and connecting to the earth. Plan activities such as planting, gardening, walking, relaxing on a beach, hugging a tree, yoga, or simply being fully present in your body. Creating your own sacred celebration to the solstice is also recommended to bring more light into your life. In esoteric teachings, the summer solstice is considered a time to awaken spiritual inspiration and stimulate the development of conscious etheric visions of inner planes. Tune in and tune out. Good time for meditation. It's a good time to create more harmony and unity in various areas of life. There is a greater opportunity to work and commune with the nature kingdom and those beings who work with humanity through it. Energies are released that manifest opportunities for confidence, strength, and hope, and allows for greater expansion of intuitive faculties. Welcome back, folks. This is the part of the podcast you've been waiting for, the sun sign forecasts for June 2020. I'm going to go through each zodiac sign and give you the heads up. Starting with Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, which starts at the vernal equinox on March 21st. Aries, you want to jumpstart your life, but the eclipses aren't giving you the green light. Work on yourself and your immediate surroundings, and when the sun transits into fellow fire sign Leo in late July and early August, you can jump off the starting line into new endeavors. At the solar eclipse of June 21st, take stock of your health and don't overdo it. Don't overextend yourself. Watch your temper and impulsivity. Taurus, use this eclipse cycle to clear your clutter, release. June should be a good month for you. Get rid of things, create space in your life for something new. Your planetary ruler, Venus, is going retrograde. So use this time to take stock of your financial life and your love life, or lack thereof. When Venus moves direct at the end of June, it's go time, and new sources of income will flow to you. Gemini, hang on to your hat, Gemini. Full moon lunar eclipse of June 5th, occurring in your sign, says, whoa, big changes are a brewing. Pull your energy back in, reassess. Don't expend any energy unnecessarily. Watch what you say. Your words have power. Check out motives of others. Watch out for too good to be true schemes or opportunities. As I said, watch your words. People are listening closely to you. Make sure you tell the truth. Make sure you don't offend or insult. Relationships may end as a result of the full moon lunar eclipse, But new beginnings, especially in love, can come in the fall. Cancer. The June 21st solar eclipse and the July 5th lunar eclipse are the last in a series of eclipses to affect Cancer and Capricorn. Phew, you can finally get your life back. The tide is out during the month of June, but will come back in again soon. Give yourself credit. You have weathered 18 months of intense eclipses affecting your sign. No wonder you want to retreat into your Cancerian shell. Digestion can be affected now. Let bygones be bygones and prepare to move forward in August. Lay low at the full moon lunar eclipse on July 5th in your sign. Tensions will build inwardly and outwardly. Seek creature comforts and know the sun will shine on you again soon. The Summer Solstice solar eclipse in the first degrees of Cancer opens the doorway to new possibilities and to emotional freedom. Leo, you've been working so hard to keep the home fires burning and lighting those career lights. Give yourself permission to take a much needed break and find some time out. Speaking of which, it's time to get out with the old and in with the new. The past falls away as the June solar eclipse occurs in your 12th house of endings. Get ready to fan new flames at your solar return in late July and August. Follow your heart. Discover a new creative gift. And relax, Leo. Virgo. This summer, you become a seeker of the healing energy within and outside of yourself. You are reevaluating your career and taking on perhaps more responsibility. Mercury retrograde in June and July may create distraction for you, and your discipline may be disturbed. Give yourself a breather. The outer planets, Jupiter and Pluto in Capricorn, are lending you a helping hand to achieve whatever goals you set forth this year. Libra, you are recreating yourself and restructuring your life. Venus, your sign ruler, is retrograde, allowing to realign your values and see what is most important to you now. You have gone back and forth between living with less and then adding more. Kind of like Goldilocks in the Three Bears, you're looking for the just right comfort level. You'll find it. You'll find the right balance of what you need in your life to feel secure. Security and stability become very important now. The eclipses of June 2020 may stir up relationship dramas around you. Keep your boundaries and try focusing on your own needs first before you get pulled into other people's traumas. Scorpio, helpful aspects from outer planets Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto in Capricorn in June and July are giving you a boost. Use your energy wisely. Don't squander your gains or good luck. Relationships can be challenging. Don't give away all that good energy to others. Share, but keep things intact for a rainy day. Others may demand more from you now, especially emotional support and resources. Focus on self-transformation, and you'll make the right decisions, especially where others are concerned. Sagittarius, the full moon lunar eclipse of June 5th activated Sagittarius. So for the next 6 months of the upcoming eclipse cycle, with the full moon lunar eclipse of November 30th and new moon lunar solar eclipse of December 14th, tag, you're it, Sag. You are the star, or you are it in the ecliptic game of tag. Be prepared for big changes during the next 6 to 18 months. Circumstances outside of you will be affecting you. Keep your cool and don't let that Sagittarian fire rise too high. On the other end, don't burn yourself out. There will be demands and responsibilities placed on you. Watch your health, especially your heart and your legs. Zodiac signs that experience the eclipse cycle for 18 months tend to take a loss during that time. Protect yourself with caution. The new moon of December 14th will open up doors to new opportunities. You'll be traveling and playing again. Release what no longer serves in the meantime. Capricorn, full moon, lunar eclipse of July 5th with the sun in Cancer and moon in Capricorn is the end of a series of Capricorn Cancer eclipses you have endured for the past 18 months. Things will get easier. You'll see the fruits of your labors. Outer planets Jupiter and Pluto in your sign for the past 6 months have forced tremendous growth and transformation. Saturn retrograde joins the pack of Capricorn planets in July, so it's not over yet. You're clearing karma like a pro. But with the current pandemic and 3 planets in Capricorn, everybody was dealing with Saturn and Capricornian karma. You have more experience and much to teach others about that Capricornian karmic cluster. As we say about Saturn and Saturnian transits, this too will pass. Capricorn's infrastructures have been razed and ravaged, and you're becoming the true phoenix rising from the Plutonian ashes now. Stay the course and take care of your health. Aquarius! Despite all the current challenges of a worldwide pandemic and economic down cycle, Aquarius is singing REM's "It's the End of the World as We Know It, and I Feel Fine." Aquarius has been affected by the collective losses just as much as the next guy, but they hold the vision for the better future and are catching glimpses of it daily through the good works of fellow humanity during this global crisis. Aquarius, yes, your structures have been taken a hit just like everyone else, but you know that we need to release in order to rebuild. Sometimes the house has to be burned to the ground and we start rebuilding from the foundation up. Aquarius has done that enough in their lives to know how to start over again. Your professional life has taken a hit and you are reevaluating your career path. Bring in some revitalizing energy, revitalize old skill sets, and bring in new creative gifts to forge a fulfilling path to the future. You use the corona quarantine time to reboot and rebuild, and these June eclipses will help you raise your vibration despite hard times, so you can teach others how to do it. You'll sort out your love life in late summer and fall, but focus on transformation, healing, and higher consciousness. Pisces is feeling reticent to reemerge from their corona cluster. However, they are looking for relief from being the empath of the Zodiac, feeling the collective anxiety and fear from the pandemic and economic woes. Pisces, your intuition has been heightened in the past months, and you are forging new paths in creative expression. You have felt the losses deeply for everyone, but now it's time for you to play and have some fun. You are striving to integrate your career, so work is play and play is work. The solar eclipse summer solstice will give you the boost you need to create your new reality and start feeling positive and healthy. Hey listeners, I just want to remind you the Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine is also a radio show broadcast live on Monday nights at 8 p.m. East Coast time on WATD 95.9 FM and is streaming live at 959watd.com. The beauty of the radio show is that we can interact. You can call in for a mini reading to the studio at 781-837-4900. So tune in on Monday nights at 8 p.m. to 959watd.com, streaming live Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine. Thanks for listening. This is Cosmic Scene with Jill Jardine, signing off and sending you good vibrations through the quantum field.